Good evening and welcome. Tonight we're going to be continuing this book titled Countries of the World, Our World in Pictures. And tonight we're going to be talking about every country in South America. So let's just dive right in. We're going to start off with Venezuela. Let's see what it says down here. Situated on the northern Caribbean coast of South America, Venezuela has beaches, mountains, and tropical forests. The country is rich in natural resources, including oil. Let's see what we have here. Angel Falls, which the map tells us is right here. With a spectacular drop of 3,212 feet, or 979 meters, Angel Falls is the world's highest waterfall. Iglesia de San Francisco. One of the best-known churches in Caracas, Iglesia de San Francisco is dedicated to St. Francis of Assisi. Dancing Devils. In a popular religious celebration held on the annual Catholic festival of Corpus Christi, people dress up as masked devils and dance through the streets. Cacao beans. Venezuela is known for its fine chocolate made from cacao beans grown in plantations. Record-breaking rodent. The world's biggest rodent is the capybara, a relative of the guinea pig. It is a good swimmer and lives on the country's lakes and rivers. Next is Suriname. Among the smallest countries in South America, Suriname lies on the northeastern coast of the continent. Once a Dutch colony, it became independent in 1975. Squirrel monkeys. The country's tropical rainforests are home to these tree-dwelling monkeys. They live in large groups and feed on fruit and insects. Here's the capital, Paramaribo. Paramaribo is the largest city and home to almost half of the population. The rhinoceros dung beetle. This large, rare beetle is named for the upright horns on its head. Unusually, both male and female beetles have horns. And Creole people. The ancestors of the Creole people in Suriname came from Europe and Africa many generations ago. They speak a language called Sranantongo. Sranantongo. There we go. Next is Guyana. Located in northeastern South America, Guyana is mostly tropical rainforest. A former British colony, it gained independence in 1966. The country is the only one in South America with English as its official language. Here's a toko toucan. Native to South America, this brightly colored bird lives in Guyana's tropical rainforests. A weak flyer, it hops from tree to tree for food. It says that the enormous beaks used to reach for food. And one other fact about Guyana over here. Cricketing legend. Sir Clive Hubert Lloyd is a legendary Guyanese batsman who captained the West Indies on 2 Cricket World Cup victories in 1975 and 1979. Next is Colombia. The Andes Mountains and 2 rivers, the Cauca and the Magdalena, pass through Colombia. Among this country's major products are coffee, bananas, emeralds, and coal. Let's see what we have here. River of Colors. The river Caño Cristales in central Colombia is famous for the rare water plants that grow there. For a few months a year, these turn a spectacular bright red. Changua. A soup made from eggs and milk called changua is a popular breakfast in the Andes region of the country. Looks really good. Cotton top tamarind. Native to the forests of northwestern Colombia, this small monkey takes its name from the fluffy white fur on its head. Local fruit sellers. For generations, brightly dressed fruit sellers known as palenqueras have marketed their produce in the city of Cartagena. They carry fruit in big bowls balanced on their heads. The Museum of Gold. The indigenous Muisca people of Colombia crafted fine figures and jewelry out of gold. The Museum of Gold in the city of Bogota has more than 55,000 exhibits dating back hundreds of years. National sport. This modern monument depicts Chaquén, the Muisca god of sports, playing the traditional throwing game of tejo. And next we have Ecuador. Let's read the little box down here. There it is. Ecuador, which sits on the equator, is marked by the Andes Mountains and low-lying coastal regions. Lying about 620 miles or 1,000 kilometers to the west in the Pacific Ocean, the Galapagos Islands also belong to Ecuador. Root crop. A small root vegetable similar to a potato called oyuco grows in the Andes Mountains and is used in salads, soups, and stews in Ecuador. Quito Old Town. The Spanish founded Quito in the 16th century, building it on the former site of an Inca city. The modern city center has retained its historic Spanish architecture. You can see Quito right here in the country. Galapagos iguanas. The Galapagos are home to land iguanas and unique marine iguanas that are able to swim and graze on algae. And here are the Galapagos Islands. A group of 19 islands make up the Galapagos. Because they are so remote, they have evolved unique wildlife. Slide this over. Mount Chimborazo. The highest point in Ecuador is Mount Chimborazo, an inactive volcano with snow on its peak standing 20,702 feet, or 6,310 meters high. Textile market. In a town near Ibarra in northern Ecuador, the locals weave colorful woolen textiles. These are sold at local markets as well as abroad. Let's see what's next. Brazil. Covering almost half of South America, Brazil is the continent's largest country. It is named after the Brazil wood tree growing in the Amazon rainforest, which spreads across more than 35% of the country. Abundant natural resources give Brazil a strong economy, and coffee and soybeans are important agricultural exports. There's some other little facts over here. Geography. The landscape includes the vast Amazon rainforest and the Amazon River, the world's second longest river. History. First inhabited by indigenous peoples, Brazil was a Portuguese colony from 1500 to 1825. Culture. Brazil has a rich culture of diverse religions, carnivals, dance, and music, including styles such as bossa nova and samba. Natural wonders. As well as its tropical rainforest, Brazil's natural beauty can be seen in the Sugarloaf Mountain and Iguazu Falls. Wildlife. About 10 million species of animals, including jaguars, piranhas, and tropical birds, live in the rainforest. Food and drink. The Brazilian menu is vast and varied, with fish and meat stews, barbecued meat, and black beans. Let's read some facts. First of all, snake warning. The world's largest snake. Weighing 550 pounds or 250 kilograms and growing up to 16 feet or 5 meters long, the green anaconda can be found in Brazil's Amazon rainforest and the wetlands around the Pantanal. I'll move a little bit out the way in case anyone's afraid of snakes. I'll try to cover it up. Modern masterpiece. There's going to be a snake. I'm sorry. This Roman Catholic cathedral in the capital city, Brasilia, has room for 4,000 worshippers. It was designed by famous Brazilian architect Oscar Niemeyer. Here you can see the Amazon rainforest. It covers 1.2 million square miles, or 3.2 million square kilometers. Rio Carnival. The first Carnival in Rio de Janeiro was held in 1723. Since then, this annual celebration has grown to become the world's largest street festival, attracting millions of visitors. Its parades feature performers in spectacular costumes, dancing to rhythmic samba beats. Soccer fever. Brazilians love soccer. The country's national team has won the World Cup a record-breaking 5 times. Indigenous peoples of the Amazon. The world's largest rainforest provides a home for hundreds of indigenous peoples. The Xingu, made up of many ethnic groups, live and fish by the Xingu River. Blue and yellow macaw. The Amazon rainforest is a sanctuary for this big bright parrot that lives in the canopies of trees and feeds on the bountiful fruits. Rio de Janeiro. Christ the Redeemer, the iconic 98-foot tall statue, or 30-meter tall statue, overlooks Rio and its beaches, including Copacabana and the pointy Sugarloaf Mountain. Coffee production. 1/3 of the world's coffee beans is grown in Brazil. Traditional producers toss the beans on mesh screens to separate the branches and leaves from the ripe fruit. Acrobatic martial art. Capoeira is a martial art form that combines self-defense, acrobatics, and dance. It was developed here in the 16th century by enslaved Africans. And next, Bolivia. A landlocked nation in South America, Bolivia ranges from the Andes Mountains to the Altiplano, or High Plateau, and the Atacama Desert to the Amazon rainforest. On the border with Peru lies Lake Titicaca, the largest lake in South America. Butterfly base. The Narcissus metalmark butterfly is one of hundreds of species of butterflies that live in Bolivia. The Quembe Biocenter in Santa Cruz is the world's largest butterfly sanctuary. Elevated city, you can see La Paz right here. At a height of 11,975 feet, or 3,650 meters, La Paz is the highest capital city on Earth. Here's the Liberator. The military leader Simón Bolívar fought Spanish armies to liberate 6 Central and South American nations, including Bolivia, from Spain's rule in 1824. Next is Peru. Peru's impressive landscape is comprised of Pacific coastline, majestic Andes Mountains, and Amazon rainforest. The Inca people once inhabited the Peruvian mountains, and their legacy remains in ancient sites visited by tourists today. Here's the Quechua people. The vast majority of indigenous people in Peru are Quechua, who follow their own traditions and speak their own languages. Machu Picchu, which you can see is right here. The Inca built the stunning city of Machu Picchu high up in the Andes during the 15th century. Next is Chile. I'm sure you can see there. stretching 2,670 miles or 4,300 kilometers. This South American nation is the world's longest and thinnest country. One side is bordered by the Andes Mountains, and the other is the Pacific Ocean, where Easter Island lies some 2,290 miles away, or 3,680 kilometers away. Rare blooms. The Atacama Desert is the driest place on Earth. It rains here only every 6 years or so. But when it does, seeds in the sand quickly germinate into blankets of colorful flowers. Here's a little map of Easter Island. This remote volcanic island is known as Rapa Nui by its inhabitants. Mapuche people. About 10% of the Chilean population is indigenous Mapuche people. They make beautiful handcrafted textiles, including ponchos, to sell. Paranal Observatory. Located in the Atacama Desert, this observatory has some of the world's most powerful telescopes for observing the night sky, the Milky Way. Underground snack. Meaning stony ground, this traditional Chilean dish of meat, fish, and vegetables is cooked on hot rocks inside a deep hole in the ground. High life llamas. The llama is a popular pack animal in Chile, also kept for its wool. This domesticated, hardy creature is able to live at high altitudes. Stone statues. Chile's best-known landmarks are the stone figures of Easter Island. The moai, meaning statues, were carved from about 1000 CE onward. Whenever I get to Chile, we'll definitely have to do a whole video on the moai. Next is Argentina. Argentina is the second largest country in South America. In the center of the country is a vast area of grassland called Pampas. To the south lies a drier region known as Patagonia. Up here there's a little fact about the flag. The sun represents the May Revolution of 1810, when Argentina became independent from Spain. Here's Lionel Messi. Argentina is passionate about soccer. The captain of the national soccer team, Messi, has won the Ballon d'Or, the highest prize in the sport, a record-breaking 6 times. Here's some empanadas. These popular baked pastries can be made with a variety of fillings. In Argentina, beef is a favorite. Colorful La Boca. A traditional neighborhood of Buenos Aires, La Boca is famous for its colorful houses, street musicians, and bustling market stalls. Ceibo flowers. The ceibo tree grows across the country, and its vibrant red flowers have been a national symbol since 1942. Argentine tango. The tango is a dramatic style of Latin dance that began in Buenos Aires in the 19th century. It is now popular throughout the world. And here we can see Buenos Aires. It says the capital lies on the banks of the Plata River, Rio de la Plata. And here's the Perito Moreno Glacier, which is right here in Patagonia. This 19-mile or 30-kilometer-long Perito Moreno Glacier ends at the country's largest lake, Lago Argentina. Next is Paraguay. Forests, hills, grasslands, and swamps are found across Paraguay, which is landlocked by 3 countries. The nation's exports include crops such as cotton, coffee, and oil seeds. Rooster just woke up, don't mind him. The Paraguayan harp. The first played by traditional folk musicians in rural areas of the country, the harp has become Paraguay's national instrument. The Yacare Cayman, chomp chomp, Rivers and swamps are home to this caiman. It was once heavily hunted but is now a protected species. And here's some Nyanduti lace. The Spanish brought to Paraguay the traditional handcrafted lace called Nyanduti, meaning spiderweb. Today, artisans use it to make embroidered clothing in eye-catching colors. And lastly, we have Uruguay. Hello, roosters. The second smallest country in the continent, Uruguay has a beautiful coastline and fertile grasslands. Half of the population live in the capital city of Montevideo. There's a fact about the flag. It says, the blue and white stripes symbolize the 9 original regional departments of Uruguay. Hardy herders. Since the 18th century, horsemen called gauchos have herded cattle and sheep across the grassy plains of Uruguay. Herbal brew. The national beverage of southern South America is mate, an herbal drink made from the dried leaves of the yerba mate tree. And here it says that mate is traditionally drunk through a metal straw with a filter to keep out leaves. Sea lion colony, you can see right here. One of South America's largest sea lion colonies is found in Cabo Polonio National Park on Uruguay's eastern coast. And that's going to be the end for tonight. Close this up. There we go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video relaxing and educational. And I hope that you have a very good night. Rooster wants you to have a good night too. Good night.